Police are investigating a bizarre case set in a graveyard. This afternoon, police were called to the Southern Cemetery on Spikenard and Cowpen Roads, reportedly after someone dumped a body in a shallow grave. We were told by eyewitnesses that it was a funeral home employee who did so, and that's where the story gets interesting. Our Clint Watson is just back from the graveyard where this unusual investigation is now underway. Clint, what's the story behind this?
I'll tell you, Keisha, you said it, it's quite bizarre. Here's what we're hearing. We were out there talking to eyewitnesses. Now, the funny thing here is that there were people who actually assisted the persons who reportedly dumped this body, and they had no idea what was going on. What we're told is that a funeral home van pulled up to a grave site here at Spikenard Cemetery. They would have unloaded the body onto the grave site, and then they would have left. Now, a lady who reportedly would have been out there spoke to the men as to what was going on. They reportedly told her, get this, that the funeral fan, the family of the deceased was not able to afford a proper burial, so they were told to get rid of the body. Now, that's the first story we're hearing. The second story we're hearing is that allegedly this might be a part of perhaps a scam where there are people who are actually being buried and then their coffins are being retrieved and being resold. Now, what you will find out when you hear from police in the report is that this individual was fully clad. Now, we learned by eyewitnesses that he was actually dressed in a suit as though he had already been buried or prepared for a burial. Now, police are not confirming any of these stories at this time. They're simply investigating. But we can tell you several eyewitnesses who were on the scene. What happened was that as this truck tried to leave, one of his tires got caught in one of the holes, and he asked for the guys who were sitting on the wall to come and help him. They went over to assist and push the actual funeral van out of the hole. So this is how they were aware of what was happening, but did not have any knowledge as to why this was happening, why he happened to have been there, and what actually was in the hole. Only the female who probably was on the scene, who said she witnessed it, was able to account to us that she saw them dump this body in the hole. Now, we did speak to Inspector Chrislyn Skippings, the police press officer on the scene, to try and verify our stories. Police are very tight-lipped, as you'll hear in this soundbite. They're not saying much about the incident. This is what she had to say.
Police responded and discovered a bag containing the body of a male, fully clad, in an open grave. At this time, we are in the preliminary stages of our investigations, and as additional information becomes available, we will update the public. Additionally, I want to use this opportunity to ask the members of the public that if you see anything suspicious, or I want to encourage you to be on the alert, first of all, I should say, and then if you see anything suspicious, anything that may arouse your inquiry at any point in time, we're asking you to kindly give your police department a call at 919 at 323-0845 or 322-3816.
Is this a murder?
At this time, foul play is not suspected, and again, we're in the preliminary stages of our investigations. And so as additional information becomes available, Clint, we will keep you updated. I'm hoping that by in the morning I'll be able to say just a little bit more regarding this particular incident.
Now, eyewitnesses we spoke to told us that they saw a funeral home vehicle coming and dumping the body. Could this be something, a part of the investigation you're looking into?
Well, like I said, we received information that two men were seen in the area. As we conduct our investigation, certainly we are going to be speaking to residents of this community and getting more information, and as they provide our department with the information, we will act on it, and if it is found out that it may lead to whomever, we will be resolved and resolute in our actions, and we will put those persons before the courts.
No doubt, Keisha, ZNS News was the only station on the scene for this incident. We'll be conducting our own investigation. As you know, there have been stories in the media regarding some possible scams by funeral homes. We will be investigating that, but we can tell you we are on this story for you, and we will get any further developments and pass them on to you, our viewers. Keisha?
Thank you very much, Clint.